Hey guys, and thanks for tuning into my video. And I wanted to do a video here on two different Glocks, and you can see both guns are empty. No, nothing in there. You can see the light coming in. On this one here, you can see the light coming in there. Okay, so they are both empty. Now, these two Glocks are a 45 ACP model 21C and a 10mm model 20C. Now, the C stands for Compensated, and I'll go through each, as I go through each of the guns, I'll show you that. I'm going to first start with the 20C. Then we'll go to the 45, the 21C. 21C, this is a Generation 3, okay. It's Glock, okay. I have a tactical light on it. It has a rail. It's a Generation 3, which has the finger grips, a little bit stippling there. They're not interchangeable in the back, but it does have the compensated barrel. Okay. You can see the little vents in there. There's a standard sight pattern, as I'll show you there. Okay, see? I will drop this one to show you. The compensation slots in the barrel line up with the slots in the slide. And I'll give you that side picture one more time to show you. Right there. Okay, this particular gun has just the finger safety, which when you press down on that, there's a little tab up in here that allows you to push the trigger. If you push it like that, it's not gonna, but you push it like that, you'll see that goes up and allows the travel of the trigger. The 10mm is a very effective round. Most of your stock magazines from the factory come as 15 rounds. This is actually the bullet right there. And I'll give you a little close up here with the bullet. This is the 10mm. Okay, compared to the 40, this is longer than the 40. It's almost like a 41 Magnum. It's like a 40 on steroids. Now, the next gun I wanted to go to is the 21C. And the 21C is 45 ACP. You can see that is empty too. And we'll put that, the sight picture, just like that, because it has standard sight on it. Standard white sights. The 45 ACP is a very good defensive round, extremely accurate, and with the compensation, it helps also in the accuracy of the gun. And I'll get into the compensation, what that does on these guns. This is a Generation 3. We just see it has the stippling here, some stippling there. Okay, and I'll lay that down. That particular gun, okay, comes with the 13-round magazine. Okay, and that is their 45 ACP. And here is the 45 ACP bullet. I'll show you that. Now let's compare them, the 45 with the 10mm. If we put them next to each other, you'll see that the 45 is still bigger. It's just that the about the same length also. It's just that this is a long case compared to the 40 Smith & Wesson. I still like the 45 myself, but 10mm, actually, some people do hunt with those. You can get extended barrels and longer barrels for this. Effectiveness, like I say, they make a lot of extended magazines for both guns. Both guns are very effective. This particular 10mm here, this model 20C, I have a guide rail laser in there. Now let me show you. The guide rail laser is activated by your takedown lever. So you hit that, you'll get gives you a blinking light. Okay, what happens is, and I'm going to show you. This is like a dual part tutorial or review. Let me open up the gun first. Standard, you cock it a little, drop that down. Okay, and it comes off. Now the guide rail laser looks something like this. Let me pull it out. It actually will replace your guide rail on your gun. Okay, it replaces it. What it is this is Laser Max, and it has a little brass like button, and when you press that in, that will go back in, and that will actuate. Now, what you do change on the gun itself, I'll try to get you a good picture here. Down in here, as you can see, this takedown lever. Well, if you look at that, it looks slightly different. There's a little circle in there. I don't know if you can see that. I think you can. See a little circle in there? Well, the guide rail, this here actually fits directly in here. Something like this, okay? Try to get it in here now. It fits down in the inside of this area here. That slides down there. Okay. So what happens is this locks in there. When this gets turned back and forth, it engages that little brass button, which is shorted out by the frame, and that turns it in. So let's just put this back in. Putting it back in, like I say, it has to go in like this. And this is the way you test the guide rail laser too, because when you put it in, it should automatically short out and make contact internally, and then the light will go on. See how that starts blinking? Because that little light inside there, that little brass part there shorts out in completing the switch. When you put it back in the gun, as you can see it's blinking, you'll know it's working because then it should go off. So the light will go off. And then, of course, if you go like this, you can turn it back on and actuate it. That's a guide rail laser on that. And that actually is nice, coupled with the tactical light for defense gun for the home. The 10mm, a lot of people say is more powerful than the 45. Myself, I like the bigger bullet of the 45. Which, as you can see, I like the bigger. If you compare them next to each other, let's just get you a little bit better zoom there. I like the bigger 45. Okay, than the smaller. But I mean, they're still good guns as far as either one you pick for home defense. High capacity, 10 will do the job in a 45. I wouldn't go lower than that. Now, a lot of different guns you can get conversion kits to convert the, I think 10s to 40 and I think 357 SIG. You can also get conversion barrels for the 45s, the 21Cs, to convert them to all different kind of wild calibers. Also, you can get threaded barrels for these guns. This particular is for the 45 I have, you can see. And this converts it to a threaded barrel. So I could put a threaded barrel in here into my 45 if I want to put a suppressor, you know, and actually that's what I do have it for, to put my suppressed barrel on there. Really nice. They're both very, 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 very excellent weapons or guns. Compensation, now I'm going to show you the compensation. Okay, normally when you're firing a gun, okay, and let's just point at something like this, okay, you have your gun, and you pull the trigger. The gun will go back. That is recoil. From, you know, every action has an equal and opposite reaction. The gun will go back, okay? That's recoil. Recoil is the push. So that's why you want to hold your gun real nice and tight and straight so you can absorb that initial push. Okay, now there's another thing also, which is muzzle flip or gun flip. When you shoot the gun also, besides getting the recoil that's pushing the gun back like this, you're going to get a muzzle flip. It's going to flip up like this from also the recoil, okay, no matter how good you hold it. What happens is the gases here push up, so they have a counter down. So when you shoot this, when it wants to go up, it pushes it down. You get better control on target. That's the whole purpose of the compensation. Now, I've heard of people saying that it blows in their face and all that, but it's not to. If you can see how these are like a V, it's shooting to the left and to the right. It's getting out of the way. So I don't know where people say on these, you know, if you can see the angle on that, that it gets them in the eye or something. I don't know. And I think that's like a wives' tale, an old wives' tale. But both guns are very excellent. I'd highly recommend either one if you're going to get them. I'm a 45 person. I got the compensated one because I got a very good deal on it, realistically. It's not something I had to have, but I did it. You know, it's just a superb deal I got with everything that I got on the gun. And, you know, so phenomenal with 4 magazines too. So you know, that's the main reason I got it. But I wanted to show you this video and, you know, see what you think. If you have any, you know, any comments, you know, about it, you know, about the gun. Like you see, they're both about the same size, frame-wise too. So, you know, they're not much. They're not different, that much different than each other. Both are nice guns. So I hope, you know, this was, you know, educational and you learned a little. Thanks a lot, guys, for watching my video, and have a great day.